Hello, I'm Carl Stabe. Today I have Keith Ferrazzi with me. I am so excited because he's a #1 New York Times bestselling author of Never Eat Alone. And today we're going to talk. Well, I'm going to let him introduce his system. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Carl. Yeah, 20 years of research, we've landed a set of systems, a set of practices that are fundamentally redefining of your team's performance. I think over the last 10 years, we focused way too much on leadership alone, and it's time for us to double down on teamship. Particularly with all the radical changes going on with AI and other things in the world, you need a diverse set of voices. You need your team to level up and become each other's coaches, hold each other accountable, give each other feedback, and wrestle ideas into the forefront of your performance as a team. So let me give you a simple system. The whole book is actually built around a system. It's 10 shifts from leadership to teamship. And I want to give you two critical shifts and a very simple practice, a system that you can use that'll land it. The first shift is to make your team realize that they are each other's coaches. They own each other's success. I call this moving from hub and spoke leadership, where you're at the center, to co-elevation, where the team's committed to each other's success. The simple way to do that is to have every member of your team on a regular basis do a process called stress testing. This is an article I wrote up in Fortune magazine. If you want to see more about it, just look Keith Ferrazzi, Fortune magazine, Changing Culture Isn't Difficult. It's actually easy with practices, and stress test is a critical practice. What we do with stress testing is your team member shows up and just gives a report. Here's what I've been working on and what's been successful for the last month. Here's where I'm struggling right now, and here's what I'm planning to do next month. Simple report could take 5 minutes. And as you do this regularly, it doesn't have to take much longer. Then the team goes into small breakout rooms of 2 if you're doing it virtually, or just turn to the person sitting next to them. And you write down for the next 10 minutes the answers to the following questions. What challenges do you have for what you just heard? What risks are they missing? Where do you want to disagree, etc.? Then what innovations might you offer? What ideas might you give them? And then where could you be helpful? 3 simple questions in response to the report that they gave around their stress test. Then you come back and everybody gives that feedback, but also as a document you hand to the person. That act of regular stress testing makes the team realize that they own each other's success, makes the team realize that they can use each other for innovations, for risk mitigation, for support and help. This will turn your team into a co-elevating team from hub and spoke to you, where it's no longer you giving feedback, but now the team gives feedback. It's not you holding accountable, it's the team holding accountable. And it's not just you building the energy of your team, it's your team doing it for each other. That's a powerful process. It's called stress testing. It's a bedrock of a high-performing team. But if you want, we've got 32 more of these practices, these systems in the book, 10 shifts from leadership to teamship. I hope you enjoy them.
Do you have a story or a company that uses this that you can
Oh
give an
gosh.
example?
Yeah, I mean, working right now with some of the largest companies in the world, like IBM and Cisco, where we're using it. Working with the government of Bhutan, where individual ministers used to run their own ministries. Now they're showing up and they're stress testing each other's success across ministries. We've got divisions of large tech companies stress testing across their divisions, and we've got small startups doing stress testing. I've got one small company which is just amazing. This great company called Glean, which is like a co-pilot for every information that you need. They're stress testing their sales organization across regions, so that if you're running the Southwest region, you're stress testing against the person running the Northeast region. And this stress testing makes sure that all of the sales leads are moving forward equally, gaining the value of each other's wisdom. That's a powerful shift.
That is, I love that system because you're showing, hey, I'm doing this, and then they're learning from each other, and they're saying, I'll apply that too, and they're
Exactly.
like you said, they're co-lifting each other up.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
love it, love
Enjoy
it.
the
Thank
system.
you so much.